Um, Call Halayim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Chakodash. Double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Much peace and blessings to all you sincere Akim out there that's pushing this 100% truth with all sincerity, faith, and with charity. This is your brother Ash from the Great Millstone in Miami Camp. Coming back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. And this is going to be a quick exhortation to the Akim out there, the brothers out there, to take this calling of ours seriously. Okay, talking to myself first. This calling, we have to cherish it. We can't take it for granted. Okay, because just for many reasons. But to me, the simplest reason, or for the simple fact that the Lord could have chose anybody. Okay, the Lord could have called anybody, which we know the scriptures, how Yahweh Shai said that many are called, but few are chosen. And it's true when the scriptures say many, when Yahweh Shai said many are called, when you really think about it, all Israel are called, because this gospel is the message we preach. We know that only the elect are going to receive it, but when we go out on the streets, when we go out on to teach, the message is cast abroad. Okay, and that's how the Lord is going to judge Israel, because they heard the word. The scriptures say, was that Romans 10? Have they not heard? Verily, their sound went in all the earth. So, especially here in Babylon the Great, especially in America, our people can't say they haven't heard this truth. But only those that are in this thing right now are the ones that have answered the call. Okay, and you have others that have answered the call, but for whatever reason they hung up the phone. Okay, they didn't stay on the phone spiritually. So we have to stay in this calling of ours. Shit. We have to stay in this calling of ours. Okay? So it's just an exhortation to take this thing seriously. Take this thing, cherish this thing. Okay? Just for that simple fact. The Lord could have called, your cousin or your best friend in the world you grew up with. The Lord could have called your father, and not you. Your brother and not you. But he called us, so we have to take the ball is in our hands. The ball is in our court, so to speak. We have to be the ones to actually, work. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and 26. For you see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh. Right. You got some Jakes out there that's top scholars of the world. I mean, shit, look at that guy, Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's a Jake, which is supposed to be, like a top physicist, speaking on things of high level science according to Esau, quantum mechanics and, astrophysics, physics and all that. But he's becoming a meme now. He's being made a fool for saying foolish stuff, playing into the alphabet movement and trying to call that science. So that shows you as the scriptures say. Oh, just the previous verse 25, because the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. All right, there's another scripture that says he made foolish the wisdom of this world. Okay, the scriptures speak about science falsely so called. A lot of brothers came into this truth, a lot of brothers weren't big readers like that. A lot of brothers, had to actually put time and effort into, real time and effort to even start reading the scriptures consistently, coming from a certain whatever, background they were in where they didn't even read like that. Okay, it says, for you see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty. And we know you got a lot of mighty jakes out there according to this world, different athletes and fighters, which in the eyes of men, that's a respectable thing. Everybody respects a guy that's mighty in the flesh. Yeah, they get respect just off that. You ain't gonna disrespect somebody that's mighty, somebody that can kick your ass easily. As men, we honor something like that. We naturally value a guy like that. But the Most High don't see that, because he's true might, true strength. And if anyone has might or strength in this world, they got it from the Lord first and foremost, and that's just physical might. Okay, that's just physical might. That's low level compared to what the might of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and the might that he can give to his men. Okay, it says not many noble are called. Not many wise after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble. Right? You got some jakes out there that's sons of high leaders, and they come from prestigious families. May have went to a top Ivy League schools, got connections and all that. Fathers, or maybe billionaires. You got some jakes out there that's billionaires. Okay, but the Lord don't see none of that. The Lord don't care about none of that. Okay, some people ask us, they base us off of our worldly accomplishments and accolades. This world, they like to uphold degrees, college degrees, university degrees, which all that goes back to Freemasonry. Okay, but the Lord don't see none of that. You had men in the ancient world that were the doctors and of the law, high level men of the flesh, but the Lord didn't see none of that. Paul himself, the Apostle Paul, which himself called himself a Pharisee of Pharisees, right? So he was a top level, high level Pharisee, which were the ancient rulers of Israel. They understood the law, practiced law. They were the judges, basically, of that time. And Paul was one of the top of them. A learned man, right? Studied, went to school, and he said he counted it all dung. And what they were learning were, stuff of our history, stuff of our laws. And that, Paul said, that still doesn't even compare to being in the truth. Following Yahushai. So how much more us or people today? None of this stuff matters. None of this stuff means nothing. And being, growing up in this world, especially as a young man, the flesh will try to, play on your mind that these different worldly things are more special than the truth, or more, more important, or more valuable, when it couldn't be any further from the truth. You have certain people that may try to shame you for being in the truth, but this is the most valuable thing that a man could have or be a part of. So we have to treat it as such. We talking to myself first. All right. Salakia. This is 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, you shall never fall. Okay? And that fall meaning you fell off. Meaning you ain't in the truth no more. That's the ultimate fall, because a just man falleth 7 times, but get it back up. But if you fall off, and you fell off, you fell away from the truth. But if you make your calling and election sure, how? By giving diligence, you're not gonna fall off. If you're diligent in the truth, you're not gonna fall off. If you maintain diligence, you're gonna endure to the end. You're gonna make it. You're gonna hold on to your crown, and that's showing the Lord that you appreciate this calling. You got the calling, but you didn't stop there. You actually made something of it. Okay? We can't be like Christians in this thing that think once they call on JC and say, hey, you allow JC in your life, then they're just saved. No matter what they do, they have a doctrine, I forget what they call, but basically they say once saved, always saved. So if they believe, certain sects of Christianity, if they believe that they say the magic words and allow JC in their life no matter what, get baptized in the water or whatever, no matter what they do for the rest of their life, they're good. They're gonna make it regardless. And that couldn't be further from the truth. Okay, you coming into the truth, that's just the first level. You just scratching the surface, finding out you're an Israelite, finding out the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, finding out the doctrine. You gotta endure to the end to be saved. And we know this, but it's just a reminder. A reminder to ourselves first and foremost, and a reminder to the flock. You have to endure to the end to be saved. And these things, these different trials and tribulations leading up to the end has just begun. Okay? We're in the beginning of sorrows. So we got a ways to go, so to speak, spiritually, that is. We understand, Lord willing, it ain't gonna take much time, but it's gonna require a lot of faith to get through what we're about to go through. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Something I wanted to speak on, quick exhortation. With that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashmel Shai, Bashim Rakadash, until the next one. Shalom.